So here's the quick explanation on getting rid of the tank screens on a 7.3 truck. Here's a diagram of everything you got. Basically, once you got a fuel tank down, you got the sender out, you can take the rubber foot off. If you look in there, it's smaller on the inside. I'll show you about that later. The small line is your return. The big line is your suction line. And that's a return hose right there. Basically, you got to remove the return hose. The hose just goes from the return line right back into that tank screen housing. After that, you can take off the housing that's got the screens in there. It's got clips on both sides. Basically, you can pry them out with a screwdriver and the screen should pop out of there. You can see mine are pretty disgusting. This is actually the second time that I've been in here. I cleaned them up the first time, and now they're nasty again, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of them. You're going to need to take a measurement from the bottom of the rubber foot in the tank to the bottom of the suction line. I'm not actually sure if it's different from long bed to short bed with the bigger and smaller tanks. You can see the smaller area inside of that rubber foot. You're going to need to take a drill bit and just drill it out to 3/8. That way you can put this other line on there later. I just used a standard piece of fuel line I got from Advance Auto, a 3/8. Just cut it and take those fittings off of there. You can pretty much get the length that you need. And just get a compression fitting. And basically just connect the old suction line to your new piece of line and put the rubber foot on the bottom. And basically the new line is going to go all the way to the bottom of the rubber foot, just not quite enough that it's touching the bottom of the tank. Anyways, here's what it's going to look like when it's done. You can just leave the fuel return open if you want. Some people put an extended line out there. I've been running like this for about 30,000 miles. No apparent problem so far. I also put another inline fuel filter on my frame, basically to catch anything that the tank screens might catch, except for it's a lot easier to replace the fuel filter on the frame than it is to replace the tank screens or clean them out every time that you end up having a problem.